I'm hoping that this is valuable for you, that maybe you can just pick up at least one of these little steps to be able to start caring for yourself. Hey everyone, Heather Grover Rizzo here. I get the privilege of talking to you about self-care and self-love. Why is this such a passionate subject for me? Well, it's because I come from a very abusive past where I walked into my young adult years really believing that I was worth nothing and I wasn't worth being loved. So it's taken having some children, a really patient and amazing husband, and yes, good supplements and oils for me to get to a place where I could see that my self-care was super important, an example for my children that I wanted them to see, and the thing that made me the best me so I could give the best to my husband, my children, my businesses, my friends, and anybody else that might come across my path that needed my skills and talents. How did I achieve that? Well, first, I started with little things. One of the first very little things I did was, as I applied my oils or my lotions, I would have intentional gratitude for the parts of my body that they were going on. So when I apply my Wild Orange and Adaptive to my feet, I'm grateful for my feet, and I consciously express that gratitude. I'm thankful for my feet to be strong enough to hike. I'm thankful for my feet to be strong enough to carry me to the airplane so I can travel. I'm thankful for my feet to be able to be strong enough that when I'm laying on my back, I can lift my children in the air and they can fly. Whatever it is, I find a way to be grateful for my feet. I apply oils to my face, and I will find similar things to say about my face. Now, I'm one that really struggled with believing that I was beautiful. And so for me, it had to really start with, I'm grateful that I have 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. But it worked, and I got there. And then it was, I'm thankful that I have nice skin, even though in the beginning I didn't really realize it, even though people told me that all the time. And then it became, I'm grateful to be able to have the kind of face that people can talk to. And I just found things about myself that were in my skills and talents that I could be grateful for. And sometimes I didn't even talk about my face when I was applying things to my face. I would just be grateful for the ability to move my hands and to move my arms. So I just was very intentional with myself as I applied my products. Next up, and another baby step, I will say, is I had to learn to say kind things about myself, especially as I set my intentions for the day. So in my old life, I would say, I would just wake up, I'd just start my day like any other day, and I'd usually in the first probably 15-20 minutes decide I was a pretty disgusting human being. I was ugly, I wasn't worth anything, I had no skills or talents, I hated myself. That would be my internal mental self-talk. I would truly try to hide it out here. I didn't really want my kids to see that in me, but that's what was going on inside. I was a worthless mom, I wasn't a good enough wife, those things. And I'm sure many of you can relate to hearing those things in your head. So I decided I had to change that, right? I wanted to see what other people could see in me. And so that baby step is I would create an intention for my day. So most of us know we have a to-do list every day. We wake up, it's like playing over in our head. So when I wake up, I say, I'm going to have a productive and focused day where I get my projects done. Or I'm going to have a productive and happy day and spend time with my children. Or I'm going to do projects and spend time with my children, whatever it is. But the intention is always something that's positive. And I will also say that I'm thankful that I can take care of my children. Does that make sense? All right. So the next thing is I had to really understand that for me, and I believe for all of us, making decisions in the nutrition that we put in our body are a huge part of our self-care. So chips, carrots, right? See where I'm going with this? Cake, carrots, candy, spinach. we are always presented with a food option. And I'm not saying you can't have a treat every once in a while. In fact, I believe that's important too, because there are some really delicious treats. But as a whole and a general rule, we have to put nutrition into our bodies. We have to give ourselves good, healthy foods. And when we do that, we're fueling our bodies, but we're also fueling our brains. And that helps us make better decisions when we're getting good nutrition. So as a part of a self-love, self-care ritual and lifestyle change, I stopped binge eating candy and I started eating things that were good for me. And you know what? Over time, I actually found that I really like the things that are good for me, and I don't really like the candies, cakes, and cookies anymore. So that was a conscious decision on my part to put real food into my body and to get real nutrition. The other thing is movement, exercise. No, I don't go hit the gym 5 days a week. Trust me, I have too many children and too many things to do. But some form of exercise is very important. I have chronic pain, I have fibromyalgia, and for me, it's super important to keep my joints and my tissues moving so I don't freeze up, right? And so stretching, walking, running around with your kids, those are all really great things. So make the time to do that. And you'll find that your body wants to work better and your brain wants to be happier. And the last thing I did is created an end of the day routine. This is what I did to add to mine so that my self-care could be complete at the end of every day. I write in my journal and I write about the things I'm grateful for in that day. Sometimes I have days that look like train wrecks, but I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. My kids are healthy. And sometimes I draw on just those things. And other days there's great successes and great triumphs, and so I can have, even grander gratitude lists. But the point is that at the end of every day, I express gratitude. So I'm hoping that this is valuable for you, that maybe you can just pick up at least one of these little steps to be able to start caring for yourself, whether it's having intentional gratitude in the morning when you're applying your products, or even in the evening. Whether it's setting a positive intention for your day and saying something nice about yourself and acknowledging that you have skills and talents. Maybe you decide that you're going to tackle the nutrition in your body and you're going to give up some of those things that aren't so great for you and start putting in more things that fuel your brain, fuel your body, and tell yourself that you're worth having something that's healthy. Perhaps you're going to start exercising or stretching or just more movement in your day. And lastly, maybe before you go to bed, you're going to express your gratitude. I absolutely think you need to take it in baby steps. Don't necessarily try to implement everything all at one time. That could be a challenge. But start with just one thing and feel some success, and then start with something else. So I hope that you find this experience to be absolutely amazing and that you can truly start caring for yourself. Bye-bye.
Self-care and self-love are a solid foundation you need to get relief from chronic pain. To take your journey to the next level, click the playlist link here to watch more of my videos on how to manage and reduce your chronic pain.